Welcome to Linux for You. My name is Sushil Sharma. And if you are a RHCSA preparer and you are a Linux admin or you are doing RHC preparation, and if you want to make a networking project for BCA B.Tech MCA, so this is a good topic to practice. That is a good Linux skill to have, right? So let's set up the DNS server, BIND DNS server on the Red Hat RHEL machine, right? So let's start it. We are making the videos for Linux admins, the students who are doing project. So please support us, and you can donate from this QR code or you can donate at this number. So let's start the project. How to set up the bind server. We will troubleshoot SE Linux firewall and what are the resolution failures. We will take care of all these things, right? So let's start the project. Bind DNS server, right? So first we need to install the package. So sudo dnf install bind and bind hyphen utils, right? So these two packages you need to install. If you don't know how to configure DNS, you can check the playlist. You will find a video for that also, right? So it will take some moment to install the package. Now the package is completed and we have to edit the main configuration file of this bind server, and that is etc named.conf. So this is the main configuration file you have to edit. Now you have to go to this line listen statement, right? So you have to remove the IP address and enter any, so that it will listen on any interface of this server, any network interface of this server. Now the next line is allow query. Remove the localhost. Don't remove semicolon. In the place of localhost, you have to type any. So you have to type 2 times any in this line and in this line. So after that, you have to save this file, right? After that, we have to configure another files also, and that will be located on the different location, right? So see it carefully. So that file is sudo vim var name So see the file name exactly. So you should edit this file where your actual zone record will found. So it will tell the DNS server that where your actual zone file is. So we will create that file later, right? So first edit this file carefully. So you have to go to the end of this file, right? And at the end you have to add your zone record carefully here. So see how I am adding this. Now see, I have added this line zone, type and file, and after that this last line code. So this is my domain name linuxforyou.com, and this file I will create. So that will be the actual zone file where the DNS records will be there, host name records will be there, right? So you have to type these lines at last, and now saving my file, right? So this way I have edited the file, right? After that we have to create this file that I have given the inside this file, given the name of this file. So how you will create this file? See carefully. Sudo var named and create the file linux for you .com .john, right? So this file you have to create yourself, right? Just a moment, forgetting the vim command, add vim. So this file you have to create. This is the command, right? And inside this file, see carefully how I am editing this file. Now see, I have added these lines and I'm explaining for you what is the meaning of each line. So this is your actual file, John file, and you have added $TTL 1D. So what is the meaning of that? Let's tell you. So TTL means time to live. Time to live. Specify how long the DNS records can be cached by the DNS clients or other DNS server. 1D means 1 day, 24 hours. Suppose a client asks for server that what is the name of what is the IP address of server.linux4u.com. So answer is cached for 1 day. So during this time, the client does not ask the DNS server again. This reduces the network traffic and speed up the name resolution. At the rate means current zone name. So my zone name is linux4u.com. In for internet class, SOA means a start of authority. So this represents your primary DNS server. And next is 1D, 1H, 1W, and 3H. So what is the meaning of that? 1 means version number of the zone. 1D means 1D means a secondary DNS server contacts the primary server after 1 day. 1H means if the primary server is unavailable during the refresh attempt, the secondary DNS server waits for 1 hour. 1W means if the secondary cannot contact the primary server for 1 week, it assumes that its data is too old and stops answering DNS queries for that zone. And 3H means how long a resolver cache a negative response. For example, this name does not exist, right? And in NS means in for internet. NS for name server. So it is the authoritative name server for that job, right? So this is the meaning of that. And these two lines, 250 is the IP address of my server and 222 is the IP address of my client, right? So there will be two machines in my lab, server.linux4u.com that we are working on this server, and one more machine I will use later, client.linux4u.com. So these are the host records for these two machines that I'm using in my lab, right? Now saving this file. So this is the important John file you have created, right? Now we need to see that SC-Linux does not stop the context, right? So SC-Linux, we will take care of that. So just restore the SC-Linux context at var named. So how you can do that? So security enhanced Linux we are taking care. So sudo restore con recursively. We are restoring the context at var named directory, right? So this will ensure the SC-Linux does not stop the var named entries from processing by the DNS, right? So it is important, otherwise the SC-Linux will not allow you to see the records, right? So that is the important command you need to remember, right? After that, one more things we have to take care, that inside your firewall, if the DNS service is not allowing, then you have to focus on that, otherwise the client cannot access that, right? So let's allow the firewall. Sudo firewall hyphen pmd add service. Service name is DNS, right? Permanent. And after that, reloading the firewall. Reload. Now we will check the main configuration file that if any for syntax error, right? So how you can check? Sudo named hyphen check conf. So if it is not giving you anything, it means my syntax is good in all configuration file. If you want to check the zone, yes, you can check the zone also, right? You can check like that, sudo named hyphen check zone. Your domain name is linux for you.com. And your file is located is var named, and the file name is linux for you.com.zone. Now it is giving you the OK signal. It means your zone file is okay, your all configuration syntax is okay, and now we can go ahead, right? Now we can start the service, right? So how you can start the service? Sudo systemctl. So we are enabling this service at a reboot time and immediately starting the service, and the service name is named. If you want to check the status, that we will see the status of this service. So see the status of this service. Status. Now it is running well, right? Now we will test our DNS server, that is working fine or not, right? So testing the DNS server with the command dig. So dig space @ localhost, because we are sitting on DNS server, bind server, and my server name is server.linuxforyou.com. So that is my server name, this machine name. So here it is giving you the answer. It is the server name and it is showing you the IP address of that server, 192.168.29.50. So my server is working fine. It is giving the answer. Now we will test the another record. We will test for client also. One more client, DNS client record we are testing. Client.linuxforyou.com. Now again it is showing you, it is the name and it is the IP address of that machine. So our zone records are okay. It is giving the answer here. So my DNS server is working fine with all zone record. If you want to see the active bind logs in the real time, then you can see by the command sudo journalctl -u named-f. So in real time it will show you the log records of your named service, right? So it is showing you the log records. Quitting from here. So this way my DNS server is set up properly, right? So always remember that when you are editing any file, don't miss semicolon or any kind of the things. Otherwise you will miss all these things, right? So remember. So these are the settings and the zone configuration file we have done. And in next day, I will show you how the DNS client you can configure, because in RHCSA, what will come in RHCSA, the DNS client side configuration will come, but without the DNS server, bind server, you cannot test client. So at local machines, you have to first set up your bind server, then you can test the DNS client server, right? So this way we have test our server very well. And tomorrow I will give you the another lab that will complete this lab, right? So who are practicing RHCE, or who are Linux admins and who are want to make the project for networking project for MCA, BCA or B.Tech. So this is a good topic to cover, right? So tomorrow I will complete this lab. So again, I am requesting you, if you want to support my channel, please donate us on this QR code, or you can donate at this number, right? 98103799 @ so please support us so that we can make such kind of the videos. We will take such kind of the topics for you, RHCSA students, RHCA students, your Linux admins, and the uh, who are basically want to make the career on the Linux field, right? So thank you for watching this video. Thank you very much.